Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a reading for your next week. This is a pick-a card reading, so I have 3 groups in front of us. I also do pick-a card readings every week, and they're timeless. So if this is not the setup or the look, or you're not feeling any of these, you can check those out. I have a playlist linked down below, and you can find one that maybe resonates more for you. Now, what the pick a card is that you get to pick a card number. Maybe you like the timestamp. Maybe you just are drawn to one side of the screen or the middle or the other. Or I also have objects that I will be placing on here in a moment too. You pick the card. You are engaging your intuition so that I can engage my intuition and then read the cards for you. So very mutual experience, commingling of energies. I thank you so much for being here. I love that you're here. So if you like to pick with objects, I will be placing the objects here. And also if you like these kinds of readings, please like and consider subscribing. Or not, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So for group 1, we have an apatite. This is apatite crystal. It is like a palm stone, very smooth. And there you go. For group 2, and I'm just holding it in the light here, trying to get that flash off of it because this is a Labradorite crystal. There we go. There's a good one. This has a yellow flash. A lot of them have, most of mine have blue, so that's why I like this one. It's got the yellow. That's for group 2. And then another palm stone for group 3. This is a Rubelite. And it's got this really pretty purpley pink running through it. So if you still don't know what group is for you, you can take a deep breath in with me. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And release. Release any tensions or worries and just be here in the moment, be here in the present moment. Open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. So thank you so much for being here again, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, group 1. If you picked the number 1, or you liked the numbers, or you liked the apatite crystal, whatever your reasons, you're in the right spot. So the first card that comes out for you is number 56, Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. This seems like this next week is going to be pretty busy for you, weaving webs, oh, so interesting. I like these little orbs. It's almost like decorating Christmas trees or bringing in whatever festive season you would like to celebrate or bring in. But certainly, like, a spider spirit is very industrious. Spider spirit makes things happen almost effortlessly. Like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, we see this beautiful, intricate spider web. And don't underestimate your power to make things happen and get things done. You can take on a difficult job. It's well within your reach. And now I'm going to shuffle some cards. So these are fun. They are transparent. And I love the way that they layer. So we're going to get 4 of these, but we're going to layer 2 together. So let's see what we got here for group 1. Okay, Okay, thank you for sticking with me through that. Sometimes these are a little, like they don't pop out as quickly as some of the other cards that I have. And see what I mean about this whole layered look that we have? Okay, so this is number 13. This is the Death card. It's got that sickle there. And then underneath that, we've got the 8 of Cups. Then over here, we've got 2 5s. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles and we've got the 5 of Swords. So no wonder you're busy this week, because I feel like there's some things that have gone on that you've had some ideas about, and you're just hitting like obstacles. It's not really working out. It really just feels like keep going, like keep reaching, keep going for what it is that's important to you. Some of the things might be not necessarily feeling your best and not getting or giving the energy, the right energy back from other people. So the 5 of Swords would be a card where you are a conflict. So there could be conflict, there could be where you are having some communications with other people and it's just not going the right way. Either they're misunderstanding you or you're misunderstanding them. I feel like it's really kind of a week for you to kind of buckle up, because change is coming. This too shall pass. I just feel like your industrious nature is what's going to take you through. So if things aren't hitting on all cylinders, if it doesn't feel like things are really in the flow, because like the 8 of Cups is reaching for that other cup, you feel like you want to progress, but things kind of like feel like they're kind of coming backwards. Don't worry, this too shall pass. Change is inevitable. This might also be you fighting a change. You know that you want to make a change, that the things that you've done so far are good, right? They're fulfilling, but it's not enough. Like it feels like when you have the 8 of Cups here, it's like reaching for, if you can see it over here, like reaching for that extra cup. But I love this 8 of Cups. Usually it's talking about like walking away, and usually this figure is turning their back on these cups, but actually this one is just like using it to go on and get that next cup, because it is about a journey. It is about like going and reaching a little bit farther and getting exactly what you want. Does that mean that it's going to be easy? No. And in fact, when you do reach for something else, like of course have gratitude for these things, these stepping stones. I'm almost feeling like the standing on like you're standing on everything that's come before this. Whether it's your experience, whether it is your knowledge, whether it is somebody else's experience or knowledge, because I almost feel like you're standing on the shoulders of giants. That's what's really fantastic about being a human, because we can go through something, or we can get the benefit of going through something without having to go through it. So I feel like understanding where other people, like their path, and using their knowledge for yourself. And what I mean by that is like somebody like Tony Robbins, for instance. I mean, he has made a franchise out of being like self-help and helping other people. Well, usually they have something to say that like helps you walk this ladder to get exactly what it is that you want. So for instance, if you want to be a stock trader and you don't have the knowledge, you go to that guru to help you get the knowledge. But we've got this change here, and I feel like whatever it is that you're looking for, it's sweeping change. When this happens, and it's really interesting that we have this sickle cutting through wheat, because it's like usually a lot of times when we go on to get more, when we want to move to a different spot, when we have to let some things go. Sometimes it's about cutting back. That can, even when it is a change that we want, even if it looks like it's the direction that we're going to, sometimes it's really difficult. It's difficult. and we get thoughts. And when you're in the middle of this change, a lot of times these intrusive thoughts, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know if this is right. I don't know. And then you kind of have this feeling of being left out. So a lot of earth energy, a lot of earth energy is practical, right? This is the Five of Pentacles. And a lot of times it seems like when you're in the middle of this, like, I just don't know how this is going to turn out. And a lot of times you're looking, like both of these are kind of looking at the ground. They're looking at the current situation. And they could also be like looking at the past and letting that past kind of clutter where you are. Because when we have intrusive thoughts, sometimes they're not very kind, and they say things like, well, you haven't done this before, so what makes you think you can do this now? Well, why not? I haven't done this before. What makes me think that I can't do this now? Especially when we've got the spider spirit who's weaving these webs of possibilities. You have this whole web of possibilities. This week, I just feel like when we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords is when you see obstacles, take them as opportunities. Take them as... be grateful, because when you reach obstacles, it means that you're actually enacting this change. Something, you know, you might see some of the growth cut back for a minute, but it can mean that that whatever it is that you're growing here is going to grow that much stronger. My plants, I mean, they're cutting the wheat here. You have to cut the wheat if you're going to use it, right? With my plants that are decorative over here, sometimes I have to cut them back so that they grow in fuller and stronger. And that it feels like kind of like this is very, very practical week for you, but you just got to keep the big picture in mind. You have to kind of look at the blueprint, kind of the blueprint for your web and how you want it, and keep looking forward instead of looking down at all of the negatives that come in. And I almost feel like a lot of these negatives are, you have made this change. And sometimes that's scary, and it's a very, very normal reaction to like want to change, and then when it starts changing, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? I can't handle this. Just keep going. Both of these, the Five is like you're just in the middle of it, you know, and this is just this energy for this week. And so there's almost two things going on. It's almost like keep your nose to the grindstone, just keep moving, and then keep looking forward. Like, don't focus on the past, don't focus on the negatives. Mending, very interesting. So this could be very much related to the Five of Swords especially, and possibly even the Five of Pentacles, because mending talks about forgiveness. It talks about relationships and letting go of things from the past. Sometimes we need to ask for forgiveness because we realize that we've done something, and we need the people around us to know that we are sorry. If that is a situation that you're in, ask for forgiveness, okay? Sometimes you're not necessarily in contact with your person, or you don't know how to get in contact with them. Write it down, write them a letter. And even if you never send it, even if you just burn that letter, it's important. It just gets it out of your mind and out of your thought, and kind of out there to the universe, and it allows you both to move on. Sometimes we need to give forgiveness to somebody who has asked for it. And sometimes the hardest is we need to give forgiveness to somebody who hasn't asked for it. That's really difficult. But the thing is that when we, maybe they don't deserve forgiveness, okay? Maybe they don't. But who deserves it? You do. You deserve to let it go. You deserve for it not to impact you. And actually forgiving the person helps you to let that go. Again, I feel like writing it down and getting it out of your mind, getting out of your head, especially when I think that we have got some intrusive thoughts going on over here. I think that's really important to help you move forward. And then we've got To Be Fair. This card has been coming up a lot. So if you watched the December, I did for each of the zodiac signs for December, To Be Fair came out a lot. Balance is super, super important. Making sure that you're emotionally fulfilled, but also that like it feels good, and that you don't let those intrusive thoughts creep in. Making sure this is, and also balance kind of balances out like the masculine and feminine. Brings things to the center. It makes sure that you're not pulled out of proportion one way or the other. Finding balance meditation helps in this. But I want to go back to the idea of the masculine and feminine and balance within ourselves, because yin and yang, that's balance. And I'm specifically thinking about the yin and yang, and one is masculine and one is feminine, and understanding that even if you identify as a masculine or a feminine, that there are traits of the other within you, and that's okay, and that's good. Actually, it's part of balance. The other way, or sometimes chaos and order. You don't want too much chaos, right? Because then things get pulled out of proportion, and then we're kind of like in this, oh my gosh, I've got too much, or too much air energy, or too much chaos, too many erratic thoughts. But you want just enough so that you have some inspiration strike. But you don't want too much order. I almost feel like that could be the chaos and order here, because then you're just kind of stalled, like nothing ever happens, and that is like the ultimate rut. And maybe people exist in both. You probably can think of somebody who exists in chaos, and you can probably think of somebody who exists in order. And wherever you exist, I invite you to bring some order to your chaos and some chaos to your order. And because I feel like that for this week, it's going to be very helpful for you. It is also, finding this balance is also finding like a serenity within everything that's going on. And if you find yourself being pulled more in one direction or the other, you might need, being pulled and you're like super busy. Make sure that you are taking time where you have calm moments. If you find yourself just being super calm, I don't know anybody who feels like that way, but if you might want to find a way where you can take some action and you can find a way to do something. So, just think about your day-to-day, your daily life, what you're experiencing now and what you're missing, and bring a little bit of that in. You don't have to be crazy about it. Just bring some of that in. And I think that it'll help you from feeling like you're stuck somewhere, or feeling like either feeling like you're stuck or feeling like you're going in too many directions. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope you have a fantastic week. I love you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So I'm trying to get the flash on this Labradorite. If you picked that crystal or the number 2, or for whatever reason you're here, welcome. So 2 cards came out for you for the overall energy of your next week. I have been pulling 1, but here we go with 2, and we got the Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song, and then the Otter Spirit, You Are Never Alone. And I love this because it almost feels like if you dance to the beat of your own drum, if you feel like you're a little bit off or a little bit awkward or a little like you don't fit in, that's okay. And in actuality, you aren't alone. There are tons of people who are exactly like you, or who value what you value, or who might be kind of close to who you are, and they're totally accepting of other ways where you differ from them. So I kind of feel like there's something about you that you kind of want to unleash this week, and maybe it's like an unpopular opinion is what I'm hearing. Unpopular opinion, and in who you are, maybe you're just not, it may be just this moment where you're just like, I'm not feeling it. Whatever it is that's going around that everybody else is, I'm just not feeling it. And that's okay. And actually, you're not alone in that, because I can guarantee you there are other people who are into what you're into and value what you value, and you can find love within that. So, and even the canaries, like, they sing this beautiful tune and they sing these beautiful songs with birds. Birds of a feather flock together. And I love the otters too. So it's really interesting too how we have like this air energy and this water energy going on for you. I think that's important. I think that's there for a reason. So the next cards I'm going to get for you are these transparent tarot cards. So I'm going to do 2 here. We're actually going to get 4. This might take a moment, so bear with me. I will fast forward the shuffling. So we have, this is the Page of Cups, and then laid over that is the 8 of Pentacles, and then we've got, this is the Lovers, a major arcana card, and then we've got the 7 of Swords. So really interesting story here. It almost feels like this You Are Not Alone or You're Never Alone, because it almost feels like there's some sort of heartbreak here, that you feel like you had some sort of partnership. It may be a love relationship, but it might not be. It could be a friend or just somebody that you thought that you fit together. You thought that you understood each other, and the 7 of Swords would indicate that they let you down, or it is possible too that you could have let them down, but certainly some sneaking behind somebody's back. It can be some deception, and a lot of times it feels like somebody did something on purpose, right? Feels like they harmed us or did something on purpose, and really it's just that they may not have told you the whole truth, or they're acting in their own self-interest. Sometimes I feel like if this is a work situation, like you have a work friend there and they end up going for a promotion and they didn't tell you about it because they didn't know how you would feel, something like that, where it still is like, you could have, you just don't really have the trust there. You thought there was the trust there, and maybe it isn't, or some things break, and just understand that that is part of it. That's part of life. So try not to react too harshly, or try not to take it too personally. Now, in a love situation, yeah, totally understandable. Taking, because especially when we give our heart to somebody, it's interesting that we have a heart here and a heart here. This page of cups is like running the other direction. Yeah, I'm going to take my heart, I'm going to take this, my cup, which is emotions, and I'm going to run the other way. And you are okay single. You're okay by yourself. Don't let anybody else make you feel bad. I do also feel, though, with like this page of cups, like you want to get running with something. Like if this is not, this can be in addition to or separate. I've got kind of reading this as separate from any type of relationship situation. The page of cups is you want to do something and you are kind of excited about it, kind of almost like sing your own song here. It seems like it's kind of related to this page of cups, that it is uplifting, it feels good, you have this idea, it's going to be brand new, it's new to you. But then there is layered over that kind of this heavy energy of like the reality of the situation, which with the Eight of Pentacles. And what I mean by that is, like, of course, I want to quit my job and I want to go and be an Instagram model where I travel everywhere, right? Okay, well, the reality of the situation is this. Not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying that there are some things behind the scenes that you might have to work out financially that are kind of like holding you back from this thing that you want to do. Can you do it? Absolutely, you can. And maybe this is part of, because I said that the Seven of Swords here, this could be you acting within your best interest, and you feel like you might be letting somebody down. If this really is like the Lovers, sometimes the Lovers is a choice as well, and I feel like you need to do what makes your heart sing. You need to do what is in your best interest. And the Eight of Pentacles is, yeah, there might be a money situation, but it's also putting in that time and effort on it. That understand that maybe this looks like it's something that's so freeing and so good, but you are going to have to put some time and effort into it. That's okay, right? We put time and effort into all sorts of things. The reality of the situation is nothing is just like waking up and then it's done for us. It's great to be excited about something. It's great to want to have like this, cups is kind of like creative. I see like the singing is very creative, like this creative idea. But there's going to be some work involved in doing that. Okay. Sometimes the work is fun. Sometimes the work is great. Sometimes you think it's going to be fun and it's a little bit more repetitive than you thought. And that's okay. I mean, even I'm thinking about singers because of the canary, like even the best singers, like they have to rehearse or they have to do what's best for their voice. And there's a lot of things involved in it where initially when you look at it, it might seem like it's super easy, but, there's things involved. The Lovers, I also see kind of a balance, okay? Because yin and yang is a balance. It's a masculine and feminine. So even if you identify as a masculine, there's a little bit of feminine energy here, and vice versa. And bringing that kind of balance to what you're doing and what you want to do. And then, of course, the Seven of Swords, I already said again, acting strategically for you. Even so, if this isn't related to a relationship situation, it's you finding balance and you finding the love for what you want to do and where you want to go, and acting on it, acting strategically on it, but understanding that there are other people out there who do the same thing you want to do. There are other people who would be happy to help you. The yin and the yang is kind of like, of course, the balance, but like the circulation of that. I feel like finding a guru in this area is gonna like lift some of the weight off from you. You know, and very basic on this would be like, if you have a specific major in college, well, of course you go there and you work, you know, you get really excited about, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I'm done, but there's work behind it. But that's okay. There's other people who are following that path. There's other people with that dream, and there's people willing to teach you. So whatever that path and dream is, I mean, becoming a lawyer seems like it's a pretty like straightforward path, because you go to college, you apply to law school, like there's steps to it. But it seems like your path, it doesn't, like it's either like out of the realm of what you have done before or what your family has done. So it almost feels like you're blazing a new trail here. So it's you finding the people within that trail, within that realm to help you. So I'm going to get 2 more cards here. And we have all that glitters. Very interesting. First of all that glitters isn't gold, right? Not everything is as easy or as simple as we think it might be. It's okay, because our passion and our dreams can carry us through. And sometimes the joy is in the journey, and we find like really the love of something as we go through the process of it. So I'm not saying that you can't do something, or that it's going to be hard, or in any way. I'm not like pulling you. I'm not saying that, you know, this is a great path for you, is what I'm saying. It's just, it may not be as easy as you thought it would be. And you may need to, like, the people who love you and the people who are around you, they may not understand that at first. And you would know, and that might be like you sneaking off in the middle of the night to take like online courses to learn to belly dance or whatever that is. But it is absolutely finding the love of what you're doing. We've got this yellow, this inspiration coming in for you, and I love that for you. And then the last card for you is Come to the Edge. Okay, I love this, because I almost feel like we're having this discussion right now, because whatever it is that you want to do is outside of your comfort zone. It's not in the middle of everything, and I almost feel like it's not like a nice and tidy package. And that's why you need to know that you're not alone in this, that there are other people who do the same thing that you want to do, who can help you on your path, who can help you on your journey. And where you really learn is on the edge. I'm hearing the cutting edge too. So what you might want to do, it might be cutting edge. It might be like you blazing the trail for other people. That might be like you here and leaving little breadcrumbs so people can follow you. But it's not going to be comfortable. Yeah, you're going to find love along the way, because people are going to be, but maybe not in the beginning. What is that? There's a meme of like, when you do something, they're first going to ask you why, and then once you find success, then they're going to ask you how. Why are you doing this? And then like, oh wait, how did you do that? And I almost feel like you're on that like edge of this, and it's just like this 8 of Pentacles. It's just finding those skills, honing those skills, doing that day to day, and making sure that when you're in that mundane state where you're working and working and working and working, that it isn't, that you keep it fueled by your desires, you keep it fueled by your creativity, you keep it fueled by your passion for it, so that you keep going. That's what I have for you, Group 2. Hope that you have a fantastic week. Love you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 3. So the number 3, or this beautiful Rubelite crystal. Look at the pretty colors in that. So we have a card for you that comes out first is the Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. So I love this because it is about moving forward. It could be about moving forward very quickly and about moving forward into the unknown. This is trusting your intuition, trusting where you want to go and the direction that you want to move in. You know what is right for you. A lot of times we have self-doubt. That is our ego talking. We need to let that go. The ego tries to keep us safe. The ego is like a good mom who wants you to make sure that you go outside every day with your coat on. But you've grown up and you're like, Mom, I know better. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And I love the little crown here on this grasshopper. Leap forward. It can be within a relationship, a career, it's also taking risks. So you might be in a situation where there is a risk involved and you're like, I don't know, but it's time. It's time for you to take that leap and to take that risk. So I have got these cards. They're transparent tarot. This is the first one that came out. This might be related to something financial. Let me get the rest of them out. I'll probably fast forward here. Have the Ace of Pentacles, then the Devil. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. We've got the Page of Pentacles, and then this is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands kind of comes over here. So I feel like this is a leap of faith that you want to take. It seems like it is financially related. It seems like it's career related. It's something definitely tangible that you hold in your hand. When you have the Page and the Ace, like both of these represent new beginnings. It represents like you wanting to get moving on it very, very quickly. But we've got the Devil kind of layered over the Ace. So the Ace of Pentacles is a card that represents all of the potential, the full potential of the Pentacles. Pentacles and even the grasshopper here, very earth related. This is an earth energy. It's very practical, but it can be completely magical because it can be like money. It can be like homes. It can also encompass our health. It can be something that we can hold in our hand and show off to our friends. It's almost like the king, like I said, this is the potential of the full element of it. So like the end result, the King of Pentacles is the Joneses. You've heard of the phrase keeping up with the Joneses. Well, we want to keep up with the King of Pentacles if we want to do anything with our earth and energy, monetarily, anything like that. It feels like there's some restrictions here. Which is the Devil card. The Devil card is attachments, it's restrictions. Now, it could be that I feel like you can absolutely thrive in what you're doing with some restrictions, and it's almost like you need to put some practical plans in place. Not necessarily restrictions, but a budget, right? A budget would be like a restriction. And I feel like that is kind of more on the lines of what this is going to. The other thing is attachment. So if you feel like you're being held back, what are you attached to? Are you attached to the idea that you want to be self-made and you're doing this yourself, but you're finding that you need help? Are you attached to Are you attached to other things that makes you make decisions that are maybe not in the spirit of the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles? And what I mean by that is sometimes there's a really, really great interview with Jewel. And I've mentioned this several times because I think that it's really, really important. She was on Rogan. It was like 4 hours. It was 3.5 at least. So when she was recording artist from the 90s, and when she was signed, she was homeless, which is a really interesting and cool story. But they wanted to give her $1 million signing bonus, and she turned it down. And that ended up being an incredibly intelligent decision. And the reason why is because she knew if she took that $1 million that they would control her, that they would have control over what she wanted to do and the way that she wanted to do her music. And she was able to make more money because she structured her contract in a way that she didn't take the money up front, because really it's just a loan. And then because if she took it, they would be like, where's my money? What are you doing? Where are you going? So the same thing happens if you take money from somebody that you don't want attached to you, or you don't want them attached to your idea or your business. So it's just kind of thinking in that way, like, what am I attached to here? Do I want this attachment? Is this structure good for me, or is it not? Because again, the Ace is the potential. So this is the beginning of something really amazing. Even the page is like ready to get going. Then we've got the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands, I'm just going to pull it out here so you can see it on its own, because it is somebody holding a wand in front of a wall of wands behind them. It's kind of like drawing that line in the sand. But I almost feel like in this case, it's holding you back. That sometimes what we feel like is our creative endeavor holds us back from getting like our end goal. So there's a lot for you to think about this week in your leap of faith, because when you're at this leap of faith, yeah, but you can jump in any direction that you want. Have you ever seen Shark Tank, where somebody has an idea and they've built this product or this business, and they want these investors to come in and give them money. And then the sharks, who are the investors who are giving them money, these are the people you're attached to. They're like, okay, but I understand that you like to manufacture in this way, but have you thought about this? Or have you thought about this for distribution? And a lot of people don't succeed because they're so attached to their way of thinking or their creativity, but that's why they're on the show in the first place, right? Is to get past their block. And I almost feel like this is a week for you to get past that block. Not saying that you're going to be on Shark Tank, and it may not even be that big of a thing, but certainly when any opportunity presents itself within your leap of faith, you need to use your intuition. Like, am I being really stubborn about this? Is this my line in the sand, or is this something that's holding me back? And these are only questions that you can answer yourself. Trust yourself is what this grasshopper spirit is saying. Milk and honey. That's really cute with the, let me get another card out here. And Treasure Island. Wow. So interesting, group 3. Whew. Just more confirmations, group 3. This path that you're on, it is going to be extremely fruitful. Milk and honey. This is like, I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's a Bible reference, but I've heard it a lot. And I mean, if you know, comment down below. But It's basking in that milk and honey. I love that the elephant is in here, because elephants kind of represent wisdom. So it's taking a bath, and there's a rainbow, and everything is beautiful. And I think milk and honey was something that was kind of expensive maybe back in the day, but kind of like getting fat off of that milk and honey. Certainly prosperity, abundance, opportunities. There's also like a nurturing aspect here with nurturing your idea, feeding it the right things, trusting that your needs will be met. And I feel like this path, this leap of faith that you're taking is X marks the spot, Treasure Island. This is where you find your abundance, where you find your prosperity. The really cool thing about this card in particular that I love is it is kind of like its own little island. I almost feel like it's a moving target, but it's because it's your target. It's specific to certain people. I love that. I just love the all the imagery here with the sea turtle, and especially I'm just looking at the cards here. You don't have any cups cards other than, when I was talking about water energy is like trusting your intuition, and that's part of the grasshopper, trusting their intuition. But the water is incredibly fulfilling. Like it's emotionally fulfilling. It makes you very happy. So beautiful things that are birthing for you with this leap of faith that you're taking this week, group 3. Love this for you. Lots of confirmations of great ideas, and you're headed along the right path.